What's up guys, Jesse here. So the AirPods Pro have been my go-to set of in-ear headphones for the past year since they came out. And a lot of good earbuds have come out since then, but none of them have really been able to replace the AirPods' place in my pocket. And while the AirPods Pro are not the best in any one category, for example, they don't have the best sound and they don't have the best fit and they don't have the best noise cancellation. But they are kind of the jack of all trades in the sense that while they don't lead in any of those other categories, they are kind of good at all of them. And the UE Fits pretty much go for the exact opposite approach, and they want to be the undisputed champion in fit and comfort, while just leaving some other functions out. Now, if you've watched my review on both of these earbuds, you probably know which one I prefer, but if you haven't, I'll just go ahead and tell you, it's still the AirPods Pro. But just because I didn't choose the UE Fits doesn't mean you won't either. So let's get into this comparison, see how these earbuds differ, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll get a better idea of which one is the better fit for you. So first let's talk about design, and especially in this colorway, they look very similar. So much so that you might even think that UE took some design cues from Apple. However, the AirPods are definitely more recognizable by the general public, so if that's something that you care about, then it's definitely something to consider. Personally, I prefer the look of the AirPods Pro a little bit more just because they're a little bit smaller and don't have any branding on them, but all of this is very subjective, so you can decide for yourself which one you like the look of better. Now, one of the unique things about the Fits though is, of course, as their name suggests, the fit. So the AirPods Pro come with 3 sets of ear tips, a small, medium, and large, like most earbuds do, while the UE Fits just come with 1 set of ear tips that will change the shape of themselves to fit your ear. And if you clicked on this video, you probably already know how the whole custom fitting process works, but just in case you don't, the whole idea is that the ear tips are made out of this resin material, and the built-in UV lights on the earbuds will shape them to the shape of your ears. And while that sounds super complicated, the whole process is super easy, and the app just guides you through the whole thing. And I gotta say that the process really does work, and I can definitively say that these are the best fitting earbuds that I've ever used. And while I've never really had any fit issues with the AirPods, like I can go work out with them, go on runs without worrying about them too much, the Fits definitely feel more secure. The only thing I would warn you about the fit on the Fits though is that they are a lot more invasive, like they penetrate quite a lot deeper into your ear than the AirPods Pro do. So if you're somebody who knows that might bother you, then you might not like the Fits. But other than that though, I feel like UE definitely has achieved their goal in trying to create the best fitting, most comfortable earbuds out there. And if you've tried the AirPods in the past and you don't like the fit, you might want to give these a try, because the AirPods Pro are basically made to fit the most amount of people, while the Fits are essentially custom. So next, let's talk about the cases, which I feel like are just as important as the actual earbuds themselves to the whole experience of the product. They're both reasonably compact, but the AirPods Pro case is smaller in all dimensions, so they definitely pull out the win for portability, but they both fit into the average pocket reasonably well without too much discomfort. The AirPods case are also easier to open one-handed just because of the way they're shaped, and it's just way more satisfying to open and close. The lid of the AirPods case is just way more solid and the hinge feels smoother, so it's just a lot more satisfying to open and close. And I know this sounds silly, but I'm a fidgeter, so this makes a pretty big deal to me. Now, one beef I got with both of these cases though are the LED indicators. They both only have one light, and it just gives you very little information. So I definitely would like to see some more LEDs or just a better way to figure out how much battery is left in the case. I think the Fits case is the worst out of the two though, because the light is on the inside, so you can't view it while the case is closed, which is kind of annoying when you're charging because you have to have the case open when you plug it in just to make sure that it's actually receiving power. And while we're on the subject of battery life, the UE Fits have a battery life of 8 hours in the buds with 20 more hours in the case, and the AirPods Pro have 4.5 hours in the buds with another 20 hours in the case. So the UE Fits definitely win here in terms of battery, but I found the 4.5 hours of the AirPods Pro to be more than enough for my use. The Fits charge up via USB-C, which is definitely a win, but they don't have wireless. While the AirPods Pro have wireless, but they use lightning cable. So you can pick your poison, but I personally use wireless charging way more than wired, so I personally find the AirPods to be a little bit more convenient. Both of these earbuds also have touch controls, but I find them to be a little bit better on the AirPods. On the UE, you just tap the side of the earbuds and you can map each of the earbuds to do different things. Pretty good, but I found them to be pretty unreliable, so I hardly ever use them. On the AirPods, you just squeeze the stem and it works pretty much 100% of the time, and I've never really had any issues. I just wish that you had some sort of way to adjust volume on the buds, and the UE Fits, you actually can map the tapping to be either a volume up or volume down, but then you have to give up like other functions such as play and pause, so it's just a bit unfortunate that you can't have both. Sound wise, I find them to be both pretty good, with the UE Fits coming out a little bit ahead in this area. Of course, neither of these are audiophile grade, but I feel like the Fits just have a little bit of a fuller sound with a little bit more bass and generally more pleasant to listen to. I do think that vocals in the AirPods Pro come across as a little bit more natural and less processed sounding than the Fits, which I personally find very appealing, but I think for most people, the UE Fits are going to be a better pick for sound. And I always forget to put this in here, but here is a mic quality test between the two earbuds, just in case you want to make some calls. Alright, so the audio you're hearing right now is coming from the AirPods Pro, and people seem to like the sound of this mic. They kind of see it as the benchmark for wireless in-ear mics, so I guess let's see how it compares to the UE Fits. Alright, and now the audio you're hearing is coming from the UE Fits mic, and I know I look a little bit different, and it's because the audio got messed up on the first run, so I'm recording this on a different day. But anyways, I'm recording the exact same way into voice memos on my iPad, and yeah, this is how it sounds. Okay, so now you've heard both of them, let me know which you guys prefer the sound of. And as of recording this video, I haven't even heard them myself, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, as far as features go, I feel like this is where the AirPods really start to pull ahead, and why it's so hard to recommend the Fits. So as of April 2021, you can find these earbuds for about the same price of $200 pretty much all the time. But the AirPods Pro have all these great features like active noise cancellation, transparency mode, auto pause when you take the earbud out, spatial audio, and the H1 chip, which just gives really nice automatic pairing. While the UE Fits have an EQ that you can mess with in the app, which is great, but it is a very small consolation, all things considered. But out of that list of features that the UE Fits is missing, the only one I'm really mad about is the active noise cancellation, because that's one of my favorite features on modern earbuds, and pretty much every other option in this price point has it. And there's a reason for that. It's awesome, and once you use it, you can't go back. And UE even addresses this by saying they don't need ANC because their fit and seal are so good. But from personal experience, ANC is still definitely better, and you also lose out on transparency mode, which is really great for if you want to listen to music and still be aware of what's going on around you. Like for example, if you're running on the road or riding your bike or something like that. And the lack of features like that is, I think, the biggest weakness of the Fits. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Even if these have the best fit out there, which they do, they're just missing out on so many other features that it's really hard to recommend these with so many other great options out there. Especially when the fit on the other earbuds is already pretty good. So I'm not really willing to give up on all of those other features if all I'm getting is a solution to a problem that was barely a problem in the past. However, if you're somebody who has in the past found it very difficult to find earbuds that fit your ears, and you've tried the AirPods Pro and they just keep on falling out, which I've heard that a lot of people do have that issue, then yeah, 100%. In that situation, I feel like the Fits are 100% worth it, because it just doesn't really matter what kind of features the AirPods have if they're not in your ears. Anyways, that's my take on these. The UE Fits will not be replacing the AirPods Pro as my daily drivers, but let me know what you guys think. Which one did you go for? If you're still itching for more content on either of these, I got full reviews on the channel. I'll link them down below. Go check them out. Remember to smash that like button, and if you enjoy content like this, think about subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss anything. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!